Make some noise for your host, Kid Copious.
What up, perps? Kid Copious back in the bunker. Purple State Party. You know what we're doing here, man? We repping America. The center. Common sense. Things that go kabloom, man. Yeah. So I hope that was more visual, man. I don't think I'm at 60 frames per second. Maybe that didn't get captured. But I got an upgrade. I think it's going to show in the videos here. Reason I got the upgrade. Camera. I've had an old one for a while, man. I think I was 780p or I or whatever that is. But because my company gave me a bonus. Got extra money just for working hard during this pandemic. My company provides a vital service and alarms. And, you know, fire don't care if you got a lockdown. So we got to be out there. And, you know, they urge us to get vaccinated. They've been really good. When I got sick, I got paid time off. You know, I had the jab, and I kind of caught a bad case there for about 24 hours. You know how that is. Rolled right through it. You know, I mentioned it earlier in the video. Cried like a baby. But, you know, some of our clients and stuff, they're starting to want stuff like vax cards and all that. And it's a damn shame. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not approved in the same way that other things were. And, you know, that scares people, man. I know people who are young and they are thinking about having children, and they're worried about it. They just are. I mean, life is one of these things where you have to roll a couple dice and then you choose the one and you're stuck with it, you know? It's like Yahtzee, you know, you got to put some back and you keep the ones you want, man. I called a Yahtzee once. That's an entirely different story. But some companies, you know, they are getting tough. And CNN actually fired 300, you know, and I'm recording this a little bit early. So just, I want to give you the context. This is earlier in the week than I usually do it because my daughter's got somebody flying in from Texas with their family. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. You know, I'm going to get a Texan. They've never been to California. And it'll be interesting to see their reaction. But anyhow, we're back to CNN. And I didn't research all this, but, you know, a lot of times there's more to these stories. You know, these were people who were fired. They happen to be unvaccinated. It gets twisted. I mean, that's what they've been doing this entire time. But, you know, one thing that we used to do as Americans is pull together during times of crisis. And we set aside right and left. We did right and wrong. And our nation's been deprived of that. And it started long before Trump. But it got polished off most recently because people will not accept that, A, Biden is the president, okay? It boggles my mind too. But the other thing is that people won't accept the skepticism over the election. You know, the Democrats did it with the Russians. And now all of a sudden we've got mad paper ballots everywhere. And I'm not going to get into my personal conspiracy theory on how this could have happened. But there are some maths involved. And it's as simple as it's the ballot. Everybody's looking at the machines, but it's the ballots. But anyhow, so we're back to, I know, I'm off track, man. I hope that's what you like about me, man. You never know where it's going to go. You know, technical difficulties here. There we go. I really need to get somebody in here as an employee. Please, like and subscribe to these videos. No, I have no delusions about how this all turns out for me. I'm doing this because I believe in it. And, you know, if they're going to make kids wear masks to save a couple of lives, then all I can do is hope to change one mind or make somebody feel better about themselves or their opinions, whatever. And I love this one. CNN employees fired for being unvaccinated, wishing they had just exposed themselves on a Zoom call. You know, that's a parody on our lack of priority nowadays. You know, we're not listening. You know, people are so overreacting to a virus that is, yes, becoming easily spreadable, but we've got the upper hand, I believe, on treatment. But a lot of it comes down to the patient's health beforehand. And we're not doing any of that. And there's only so much we can do about the elderly patients. I mean, we're ruining a lot of lives, man. I mean, it's really showing the division in America. A new poll came out saying that Kamala Harris is least liked VP in 50 years. I wonder who that is. I should have looked this up. Maybe I'll look it up and put it down below here. There may be a teaching moment right here. Whatever. Again, you talk about clickbait here. Come on. I mean, is that not one of the most clickbaity things ever? I mean, come on. I don't know how that would have changed a damn thing. I'm not even going to indulge it, okay? Because there's nothing they can say. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Reminder coming up 14th of September. I hope that's right. Help me. Ugh. Good God. It was a long day and trying to record now. Help make him non-essential. Free California on September 14th. It's right freaking there. Oh man. See, if I had any pride, maybe I would edit these videos. But I just believe in speaking what's out there, man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. I just got me, and that's gonna have to suffice. Oh man, going all S-class meta here, and this one is the reason I laugh at this is because somewhere there's going to be like the most unused, maybe never used electrical charging station, because they're going to put out like 500,000 of these things. They're going to spend billions of dollars studying where to put them, but I think the problem they have with electric cars is they're moving too fast, and they haven't refined enough of these parts here, because California is I believe still the car capital of the United States, with our freeways and endless miles and all that garbage and gas taxes and whatever. I won't even get me started on that. And something under 10% of the cars here are electric, and they're the ones you see out there, man. They're either the Priuses or they're the Teslas, and I don't really see a lot of them, and I don't understand how this is going to work. You start putting those things up, but the worst part is it marks a centralized government effort to do something. That's where I don't know. I don't know about that. They're controlling the electric grids and stuff. I don't know. And Cuomo's quote about zero tolerance about sexual harassment. And there's his brother covering for him. I don't even care, man. Why would I care? I'm in California, man. It's I'm a little more worried about this because this is true. I mean, don't worry about the source. You can look it up, but Iran is really acting up right now, and I don't think Biden's the guy to do it. I talk about common sense in the opening right there. And that's common sense. If they have no problem with these vaccine passports, then why can't people show ID? It's probably, I guess it's easier to get the vax card. And then, you're just breeding a black market and fake vaccine passports, man. You know that. I mean, you do know that. You do know that these laws really strike at the people you purport to help. It's not the upper crust that gets worried about this. Whatever. DeSantis. I don't really know if I'm supposed to care, but he's taking on Biden and saying, hey, why don't you worry about the border? And that's a really good point, because the border is a mess. And again, these are the people that you say you're helping, but you're essentially lighting a fire at the back of the door and forcing everybody in the room to run to one door, The back of the room. I don't know what I just said. That just comes out of me, man. feminist cap. This is so stupid because on the board it says 21%. But, I'm sure that's true. But again, the spill down on that kind of hatred is, trying to justify, like, oh, do we even need fathers anymore? And the studies out there overwhelmingly say, yeah. But whatever. Don't listen to me. I love Zuby. That's just, I wonder what the other 10% is, but that's, leave me alone, don't hurt people, don't take people's stuff, leave me alone, The government's really getting involved in a lot of stuff, and I don't know, man. When all you see is help wanted signs everywhere, and you realize that it's because the government, in trying to help, has gone too far, and they're loving this power. And to be honest with you, it sickens me as somebody who has to work, drive around, work, get hurt every so often, banged up, worn out. I work to the point sometimes where, I wonder what my retirement's even going to be like, and I'm on the easy side of hard. Easy like Sunday morning. But right now it just feels like everything's under attack. It feels like everything is just being ruined. And in a time of crisis, we're worrying about things that the government surely knows are beyond our control. A lot of what's going on with the climate is just the earth, man. It's rotations and it's blips and it's blops on an orbit, man. And what the moon's doing. The moon's moving away. Barely even a moon. You can almost classify it as a planet with the whatever. Look it up. I saw it on QI. One of the best shows. So funny and so educational. But damn, there's a lot to remember. And here's one that sort of illustrates why I get frustrated so much with the way things are going. The ACLU is worried more about what Texas wants to do. But how come they haven't come out and said anything about the vax mandates? How come they only seem to take one side in an argument? If we can't even trust them to at least always be on the right side, maybe Abbott's being heavy-handed. Okay, so let's look into it. But for God's sakes, something has to be done. Texas, as a state, is essentially just being punished for their choice of president. They're the ones that are in the news all the time. I'm sure it's not great down at the bottom of California either, But California is a little more settled, maybe a little bit easier to patrol, I guess. I don't know. The border areas that I've been to didn't really look all that difficult to defend. And I mean that simply in a strategic way, defend, okay? I think we should defend our borders, so what the fuck am I apologizing for? But something has to be done down there, Now we're getting, wow. A lot happened this week. Yeah, we had the Olympics. We had all that. We had some athletes that did us proud and some that embarrassed us, Whatever, okay. Life goes on. I don't know. I barely followed. I'm a huge, women's national team supporter. So, I was disappointed in their play. I was really scared of Sweden, and ultimately it should have been Canada. There, I covered the Olympics, okay? So now on to other things. Oregon ballot initiative would criminalize hunting, livestock slaughter, and even pest control. So I'm not what I haven't found out yet, because I just found this like hours before I started recording. They get like $200 million just in the fishing industry. There's like 1,200 commercial fishermen in Oregon. So I guess that's, you can push them aside. And, boy, it's funny how everybody worries about them pushing us towards communism. They're basically in league with the with animals at this point, man. But I don't get it because usually, like rich liberals, they would love to live in the hills and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at least where I'm from, the rich people always live up in the hills. So I don't know why you'd want some of this stuff there, because you're the ones who are going to feel it. I'm in burbs and we get coyotes, so nothing we can do about it, supposedly. But look, it leads to this kind of crap. I don't know if people even know this story because this one's so stupid. But in some genius move, we voted to give livestock more room. So all of the farms have to give more room to the animals. I don't care about the details. You're not going to sway me with the details. They're not. I don't. It's livestock, man. I'm sorry. Maybe it sucks. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I don't make the rules. But rules were made a long time ago. That's what we do to survive. Okay? Don't talk to me about insects and plant-based. No. It's not. No. If it's me or him, it's him. But bacon may disappear in California. The rich have literally figured out a way to screw the average man out of bacon. And now we're going to have black market bacon. You just watch, man. People are going to be all over the place having bacon. Because this is serious, man. This is some big numbers. You know? 50%. So I believe that would be $3 to $4.50. I don't know what bacon costs. I don't keep useless numbers in my head. I go to the store to buy bacon, and I pay what they tell me to pay. And when I order on my burger, I don't ask them how much it is extra. I don't care. I want bacon. Again, who's going to benefit for this? Because this applies to all pork, by the way. So there's a lot of other pork products out there that this stupid ass Proposition H or something, I don't know. I get what they're trying to do. I wish the animals could all run around and have a great life right up until phew. But that's not the way it fucking works. All right? I don't need to know, man. I know. I've seen it. I've seen it done. Okay? I've seen farms. I've been on farms. I've actually done actual work on a farm. But, man, you know, I can't worry about that. So, again, more California news. In case you love to tune in to hear bad California news, we had to shut down our hydropower plant. We don't have a lot of energy sources, man. This dude, okay, I don't know what another governor would do, but this is where we're at right now. That's all I can say. All right? This is where we're at. This one really quick, just it's a bizarre story. She came from, I believe, North Korea. I hate, because I'm not really good about this, but she was robbed, and she was holding on to one of the people, and the crowd basically stopped her from calling the police or even holding on to the person who just tried to steal her bag. And now they're dropping the robbery charges. And they're charging her with unlawful restraint. That's what they're charging the purse snatcher, the bag snatcher. They're not even putting the robbery charge on. That's the real world we live in. That's the boots on the ground reality, man. Do you understand? This is what we have to figure out, man. We have to figure out why these politicians have managed to lead us down this road. Or did they simply not lead us down this road? Well, I don't know. Because I don't understand why we would vote for no bacon, but I can only guess that nobody really knew the full truth. They didn't know what that would mean. They never considered the consequences of a feel-good vote. Well, we got to move right along here. If Instagram could flag up a warning on anything related to COVID, Why can't they use that technology to stop racial, homophobic, misogynist slurs? Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to police our thoughts, at least do it right. Yeah, well, here we go. More vaccine passes, you know. But madness coming out of COVID. You know, they're going to fire nurses who won't get the vaccine, but the surgeons are bad. I don't... South Park, they didn't say this, but if you get vaccinated, you'll get your freedom back, and it's gone. That's what it felt like, by the way. Jim back in the lineup here. Fauci is the person in charge of handing out government research grants for infectious diseases. Long and short. So people don't speak out against him. They don't want to lose their grants. This lady, CORI Bush, defund the police, but I've got an armed guard. Because what? You want me to die? Let that sink in. She's basically saying that she's more important. Yeah, okay, I can accept that, but you're not really supposed to say it out loud. And she hires a mercenary army. There you go. Is this foreshadowing, folks? Is this the abolishment of the police being replaced by private security forces? Federal? So states can't make their own laws? See, that's a conspiracy? I don't know, man. I mean, it didn't really take me too long to think of that. I'm going to skip the Obama thing. There it is. You can see it. Ridiculousness. But, you know, whatever. You know, rich politicians. New, more inclusive birth certificates include no unique information. You were born. Mine was gray areas, but it's just okay. All right, here. Science fact: a dog gets more factual information from sniffing another dog's ass than a human does from watching CNN. I had to feature that, man. There's pugs, man. Come on, there's little pugslies on there, man. You have to have that up there. Oh man, 54% of Hispanic voters in California say they would vote to recall Newsom. Oops. Their plans are so stupid, and they're not gonna work out in the long run, man. But they're just gonna force it. You see, they're just forcing stupid shit on us, but. This is one of their best tools so far. How far can they push this COVID? I got everybody scared of it. Okay, it's nasty, dude. It's on par with things like pneumonia, and we really don't want pneumonia running around. If pneumonia is deadly, and it doesn't seem to really get more contagious, because that's the way it works. But they're gonna push this thing, man. They're loving it, and because it shreds our Constitution. I think I've skipped a whole bunch because I seem to remember I had a whole part on Larry Elder in here. Man. Woo! I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know at all. I don't think it's there. I gotta stop flipping these photos. It messes up the recording. That's not cool. Where's my elder chunk? I'm probably going to end up voting for you. So, when you're happy, you enjoy the music. When you're sad, you understand the lyrics. Man. Woo. They're getting heavy. Ladies, if a man says he'll fix it, he will. There's no reason to remind him every 6 months about it. I think I just snorted on camera. Oh man, I just want. I I have this whole chunk here about stuff Gene Autry said. I bring it up on my screen. It's so small of a picture, as you see right here, the cowboy code. I can't even see what it is, and because of my near blindness here, apparently I can't zoom in on it either, because every time I try, the screen just goes blank. Oh, okay. So we went back a few. That's good. That's really that's awesome. I can't work the controls. I seriously need a second person in here. I need somebody that can actually work this stuff when they're during my times of crisis, in my times of need. Oh man. This is, I believe, 75 episodes in a row. So that's a pretty cool milestone, man. And, I know that there haven't been a lot of people, but, I just wish that, I got some feedback, whether positive or negative, just know people are out there. But this is what I'm just going to do now, and, I got the flag back there, and that's more important than anything, man, because I remember the camaraderie of Americans, and we were starting to get to a good place. We were starting to understand people better. We were starting to understand problems better. We started to have some solutions. We started cleaning up the air. We started, there was some peace around the world. Things had sort of simmered down. And in the country, we pulled together when, stuff like September 11th happened. And that's what I believe in, man. I know unity is a stupid concept right now. But there's a difference. The unity is in forming a new family, a new collective, a new group. Somebody that isn't tainted by the past or doesn't already have strikes against it. A new movement, a real movement. That's the dream of Purple. I'm not saying it's Purple State Party. I'm not that arrogant. I'm just trying to provide a concept. Because as you can see, I could barely work my computer. Copious. Out. 75. Woo!